What's up, CFM? This is Coach Matt with our Monday workout. It is the week of Christmas, so we will have some different hours on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So make sure you look at the board and the table. They have those hours laid out for you on them. But let's get to the workout for today. We have two components. We're going to start off today with a 3-minute bout of warm-up pace cardio, and then you need a plate. And maybe a PVC pipe if you want to practice some thrusters. So we're going to do 2 rounds through some skin the cat. So skin the cat is a rotational shoulder exercise. If you have never done this before, make sure you talk to a coach before you just launch into like a backflip on the rings, okay? Because there's a progressive way to do this where it starts off at a very reasonable level that you can achieve. And at the worst case scenario, if you're completely uncomfortable flipping upside down on the rings, then we can just practice some ring rows or ring scap rows from the rings, as well as some opposite directions. So some pushing and some pulling, a little bit of PVC pipe shoulder rotations would also be really good. But the goal of the skin the cat is to have your body rotate. So we're doing a little vestibular stimulation similar to a somersault or a handstand kick up, but we're also getting tension on the shoulder in a lot of different positions. So for the skin the cat, I'll be hanging from the rings and I'm just rolling my body in a circle, right? And you can walk your feet up onto a bench like so, like I have here, and it can help you get to that upside down position a little easier. I'll touch my toes on the back side and then try to roll back through on the front side, right back to that starting position, okay? So that is our skin the cat. It should be a controlled evolution. It should not be a wild, like jumping, flipping swing, right? At least to start off with, it should not be wild. So make sure that you can control your position. Don't go to anything that feels like I'm gonna lose my grip or I'm gonna fall on the ground, right? Just be safe doing it and try to have some fun with it, okay? That's the skin the cat. Next one is some air thrusters. You can use a PVC pipe if you'd like to, but the air thruster, we start with the thumbs at the shoulders, full depth squat, and then extend the hips and reach overhead, right? So we're practicing that core to extremity movement pattern of hips generate the motion, arms perform the follow through and finish, all right? And the last one is a plate, halo, and punch. So this is just another shoulder warm-up exercise. Light plate, I'm gonna go around my head and then follow through with an extension of my arms, and then pull back around my head the other direction and follow through with an extension of my arms. So that's the plate, halo, punch, halo, punch, right? It's a little bit of a fluid movement, requires a little coordination. Do it slow first, and then you can pick up the pace as you go through it. So let's get 2 rounds through of that warm up, and then we're gonna go into our body weight exercise EMOM, right? So this is a 10-minute block where I would like for you to pick 2 drills, 1 static and 1 dynamic. This could be a pulling drill, it could be a pushing drill. So our target is to improve your ability to perform a pull-up, a dip, a muscle up, or anything in that chain, right? So this is going to require some flexibility and some cooperation with the coach of like, what is my goal? Am I really working on a push-up? Am I really working on a dip? Am I really working on a pull-up? Am I really working on a muscle up? One of those things, one of those body weight activities should be very meaningful to you, and it should be something that you're willing to spend 10 minutes working on. And then we're gonna pick a dynamic drill and a static drill that both attack that strength or skill of the movement, okay? So let's give an example of a strict pull-up would be my goal, right? So I'm gonna pick 2 exercises. One will be a static one. For this one, I would say a flexed arm hang would be a fantastic exercise. So flexed arm hang, I'll grab the bar and kind of jump into this bent arm position, and I'm just holding for as long as I can, up to 20 seconds, and then I'm off the bar, all right? And then my dynamic drill maybe is kipping or ring rows or a band, a pull-up, right? So one of those 2 exercises I will do for the alternate one. So you're picking a static one to do on the odd minutes and a dynamic one to do on the even minutes. There's lots of different variations of this. If it's a dip, right, maybe then it is a partial position dip, right? So I find my rings and I go to the halfway position of my dip, like halfway up, and I'm just holding that static position, so isometric, right? And then on my dynamic one, it could be like a jumping dip for 20 seconds, right? But practicing those 2 movements, we can get fancier if you want to. We can practice muscle ups, we can practice levers, we can practice planches or planks, right? Any of those would be fine. A band assisted muscle up, getting out of the pool would be another gateway exercise to the muscle up that would be a very good one to practice, right? But in its essence, what you need to do is pick something. So this requires your input. It requires you to think about what body weight activity do I want to get better at, and then we'll let the coach help you to craft the series of drills and strength exercises to help get you that skill, okay? That is the format for this 10 minutes, and you're alternating static on the odds, dynamic on the evens. When we finish that, then we have our conditioning for today, and that is with the barbell. We're gonna do 3 clusters, 6 burpees, and it is a 10-minute AMRAP. So these are short sets. I'd like for you to go back and forth between these 2 exercises. The weight should be the same as your Fran weight, or it's kind of that medium conditioning amount of weight. The cluster is a squat clean thruster, so it's a relatively long movement. It starts on the ground every time. So we start with the bar in the ground position in my setup here for my clean, perform my squat clean, and then thruster all the way overhead, and then reset to the ground, all right? 1, squat clean, thruster, ground, squat clean, thruster, and then I'm done. So it was 3 reps and then 6 burpees. So body goes all the way to the ground, feet underneath me, body leaves the ground with my hands overhead. That is the burpee, okay? 3 clusters, 6 burpees, repeat, repeat, repeat for a total of 10 minutes, and that is it for today, okay? Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.